Hello everybody, welcome to CUIM 5341 Seminar in Curriculum and Instruction, week 3. And as you know that yesterday was the due date for the week 2 assignments, so you need to be very careful regarding the deadlines for the assignments. And if you check the modules, you will be able to see whether or not the assignment passed due. And if you see the red circles, it means that the due date has already been passed. Okay, so you need to be very careful about that. And regarding the modules, please click on the book 3, and as you can see here, there are three assignments. The first assignment is the webinar participation, and last week actually we couldn't have the live webinar because of the national holiday in the United States. So instead I uploaded a video to meet some coverage about the week 2 assignments after watching the recording. Okay, webinar participation. Okay, even though I haven't put any note, but if you see any assignments on the Canvas web page, it means that you need to meet that assignment as well. So if you are here, you don't need to worry about getting any credit for the participation, webinar participation. But if you watch the recording after that, if you couldn't join the live webinar, so it means that you need to submit the summary based on the three parts, as you can see here, ABC part, and you need to submit your summary in order to get the credits for that assignment. Okay. And the second assignment, webinar technology project, I am going to talk about that. And the third assignment is the second part of the final project. As you may remember that you are required to submit the final project, and you can see the details for the final project over there. If you click on the final project, you will be able to see the description of the assignments. In general, you are required to submit a 3 to 6 minutes long educational video. You need to meet the requirement as you can see on the page. And in order to complete this final project, you need to complete sub assignments. And you have already started with the first part, and which is educational literature review part. And some students actually mostly the assignment is done, but some students, I believe, missed that part, or when I check the assignments, it seems some misunderstanding over there, even though I put the sample assignment over there. Okay, so I am going to create based on what you have already submitted. Okay, and this week we are going to complete the second part of the final project, which is the final project proposal. Based on the idea, based on the final project idea you have, you need to complete the proposal, okay? And based on you have already completed the literature review part, it means that you need to have some idea regarding how to use educational video, how educational video affects student learning, something like that. You need to understand that kind of background uh, information regarding the using technology educational video in education. So based on your experience and research results, you need to write a two-page proposal of your final project. Okay. So you have already completed first part. This is going to be your second part. Okay. Your purpose is to convince the audience of the utility and feasibility of your project, and you need to convince yourself of these elements. Actually, there are several steps, as you can see, and in order to complete your proposal, you need to be very careful regarding using of the language in your proposal. You need to provide what the problem and what kind of solution you are going to uh, offer to solve the problem with your educational video. So you need to articulate a problem, and your educational video will be the solution for that problem. Start a draft with the words in order to, to provide some kind of problems you are seeing in your field. So you need to provide that kind of part. And if you check the sample, you can have more idea regarding the final project proposal. And you need to include information and perhaps chunk of the text from your literature review. So you have already provided some information based on at least three articles you have found, and you need to provide them in a literature review format, and you can use that information from your literature review, and you don't need to provide any citation or reference for that. Okay, it's absolutely appropriate to do so. So you don't need to cite yourself because you have already provided that kind of references in your literature part. And you need to describe your intended video, including the audience, who is going to watch your audience, who is what kind of problem solution you are going to offer for the audience level, and you need to provide the purpose, message, story, title, topic, duration, structure, major section, impact, quality, challenge. So you need to provide more information regarding the your solution. Okay. Identify the resources you will need for the project to succeed. I explain why you think you will succeed with your uh, educational video, and define your success criteria, and what kind of uh, achievement you need to see at the end of the creating uh, educational video, and what is your success criteria after your audience watch your video. Okay, throughout, build credibility, show the wide impact of the project, and the last thing will be citation and reference based on the APA style if you are using different resources other than the digital. Okay, so you need to be very, very careful about that. And if you click on the sample, you will see some more information. It may trigger something regarding how to create a proposal for the final project. So as you can see here, the final problem sentence over there, and also this is going to be what kind of explaining what kind of educational video he or she actually created as a solution. Okay, so you need to provide that kind of uh, part to explain about your educational video. Okay, also you need to provide some resources as much as you know that. Okay, and you may need to provide the specific software later, but as a general, I am going to use that kind of video editing tools, audio editing tools, something like that. You need to provide it as general, but at least you need to mention those kind of resources in your proposal. Okay, and this is going to be, as I said, the second part of the final project, and it needs to be submitted by next Sunday. And the last assignment is going to be your technology project 2. As you know that you have already created the Google presentation for the technology project 1. And this is going to be your technology project 2. And in technology project 2, actually you are gonna work on the audio. And in order to create that kind of audio, you need to download, install a software into your computer. And if you type the Audacity, uh, you will be able to see the Audacity website, and you can download for Windows, download for Mac. So you need to select one of them based on the platform you are using. If you are using the Windows, you can click on the download, and then you need to complete the installation. And when it is done, you will be able to see the Audacity, as you can see here. Uh, so this is going to be interface for the Audacity in order to create your audio files. Okay, let me go back. This is going to be your first task for that assignment. Okay, so there are two different parts for this assignment. It means that you are going to create two different MP3 files for the assignment. For the first part, you need to record at least one to 2 minutes long audio file. Okay, you can record yourself or someone else as a such short interview. And topic, you have to keep it educational and may talk about how to use technology in education in your class or something like that. And you need to add a background music into your interview. So there are two different audio files in the part one. Okay. Make sure the main recording voice of the person will be louder than the music. So you need to provide the volume, and you need to be very careful about the volume of the music, okay? And trim unwanted areas. After recording your audio, you will be able to see some spaces. There is no audio in the file, so you may need to remove that part in order to have a smooth file, sound file. And after that, after unwanted trimming, unwanted areas, removing extra sign, etc., you need to add effect one, which is fade in or fade out effect. So this is going to be your first effect for the part one. And also you need to choose an effect of your choice and add it anywhere in your track. So the part one audio files should include interview, okay, background music, and as effects, the fade in, fade out effects, and also one of the effects you are going to choose from the Audacity software, and you need to provide that kind of information in your submission. Okay, so when you are done, you need to submit MP3 file. Okay, it's very important, and you may want to share its link. You may upload the files to your Google Drive or OneDrive, whatever platform you are using. And then after giving me the access, you can share the link. Okay. And also you need to explain what kind of effects you use, and which timeline these effects effective actually. Okay. So this is going to be first part. I'm going to show the first part. And the second part actually is the fun part. And there are several tutorials for the part two, but you are not required to use one of them. But if you want, this is going to be your options, or you can find your own tutorial, okay? And as you can see here, different uh, um, topics for the tutorials. Okay, how to remove vocals, words, radio, phone effect. So you may want to check this tutorial and then decide what kind of tutorial you are going to follow in order to create the part two assignments. Okay, when you are done, record to choose or your own time, replicate the same steps. So after watching the tutorial, you are going to replicate the steps in order to create your own audio files. And when you are done, you need to submit the MP3 file. Also, you need to explain the steps you took. Okay. So there are two parts. Okay. The first part, the MP3 file, and the second part is the explanation about how you have completed the assignment. Okay. And you can check the audio support. Also, if you click on the link, you will be able to see three different assignments as a starting point. If you cannot find, you may want to consider using these, okay? And when you are done with your preparation, you can start to complete two-part assignment, okay? And as I said, you need to download and install the Audacity first. When you are done, you need to record the file if you want, okay? As you can see, when you are talking, it starts recording. This is going to be first part, or you can complete that part in another platform. Even you can use your own cell phone in order to create the uh, interview part. Okay. When you are done, let me open a new one. So when you are done, you need to open the files. And as you can see here, I have two files, and you need to drag them into. So as you can see here, there are two different audio files. The first one, interview, and second part is sound file. And you need to make sure that each of them is the same level, okay? So if you have that kind of structure, it means that interview stop here, but the background music continues. So you need to be very careful about that. And in order to trim that, select and delete. Okay. So you need to make sure that everything is in the same order. Okay. And as you can see here, there are some silence part. You need to select that silent part, and then you need to trim those parts. Okay. The same thing here. So you may want to play with these options, okay? Even you can, let me show that, copy that part, Control C, and then you may want to copy the specific parts you want to see, and you may add that at the end of the file. So you can play with this kind of things, okay? And let me open it. There's a problem, I believe. Yes, I believe you can hear that. So you may want to play with the sound file, okay? So lower background music, okay? But you need to be very careful about that. In terms of the applying the effects, and as you can see here, the sound file, background music actually, yes. Sound file related to the background music is very high starting point, so you may want to fade in and fade out, okay? So in order to do that, you need to select the related parts, okay? And then go to effect and fading and fading. So it means that the sound will be increasing gradually, okay? And the same thing, if you want to apply for the fade out, select that part and then go there, and it means that gradually decreasing the sound file levels. Okay, so you need to apply that kind of parts, and as you can see here, there are many effects. You may want to use that. Okay, so you can play with this part, and you need to make sure that everything is clean and trimmed regarding the sound file, the interview, whatever the file you want to use, and also the background music as well. So when you are done, click on the file, export audio, export to computer, and you need to make sure that in which folder you are going to download the file. Okay, so I am going to download my file to not the desktop. Okay, no. Technology project 2. Okay, and you need to make sure that giving the TP2. So this is going to be name, or you may want to add your name as well. So save it. So format is going to be MP3 files, but there are other file format as well available. So you need to make sure that MP3 files selected. And when you are done, click on the export. Okay. And then let's check the file. So this is going to be your technology project 2. Then you click on that, and you can hear the background music. Okay, and this is going to be first assignment, and you need to upload that one to Canvas. And if you have any problem with uploading the file, you may want to consider uploading the file, as I said before, to your Google Drive or OneDrive, and then you can give the link for that file as well. But you need to make sure that when you are submit your assignments, you need to provide the explanation. Okay, so please submit at least 2 different MP3 files, also 2 different explanation for each part. Okay.
So Yilmaz, well, can I ask you a question regarding to explanation? Shall we do the audio and submit it, or is it enough to write down and submit as a doc file?
Doc file, yeah. You need to use a doc file, yes. PDF
Thank you.
or Word file, whatever it is you want to consider, okay? Yes. So this is not going to be inside in the sound file. It should be separated.
Okay,
Any
thank
other
you.
questions? You're welcome. So if you have any question, you can send me email. No problem with that. I will try to answer the question as soon as possible. And the first step, as I said before, you need to download the Audacity, install it to your computer, and then you need to record an interview. You may provide some explanation regarding the educational or technology related topics, and then you need to find the background music, and you need to put them together, and you need to make sure that background music not louder than the interview. So you need to make sure the trimming or removing extra silence parts from the sound files done, and then you need to provide adding 2 different effects, including fade in, fade out, and also one of the effects you are going to choose. And then when you are done with the first part, you need to submit the MP3 file as well as the explanation in Word document or PDF. This is going to be for the first part, and second part, you need to select one of the topics, tutorials over there, or you can find your own tutorial as well. So no problem that. Then you are going to have at least one tutorial, and then after watching the tutorial, you need to replicate the steps, and you are going to create your own sound file based on the tutorial. So when you are done, you need to submit the MP3 file, and you need to provide the explanation in Word document or Word PDF document. And also you need to provide the tutorial link in that explanation. So I will check the link whether or not you are meeting the tutorial expectation. Okay. If you do not have any questions, I am going to wrapping this webinar. So see you next week. Okay. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sir?